Hi guys, James here. Welcome to Tibaldi Goes Modelworks, and this is part 2 of the build update of Airfix's 1/48 scale Spitfire Mark 18. That's F-18. So it's basically the Indian Air Force version. Basically, been busy, cleaned the wings up, addressed a little issue because it popped up. This wing tip popped up, so we've had to secure it with a peg. Fitted the tail planes, put a bit of downward angle on elevators at the back, because obviously she's going to be sitting on the ground. And yes, we got the tiny little fiddly piece in first time, believe it or not. So this one is basically, we're going to glue that part, rudder on. Obviously we took a leaf out of Nigel's book and said plan ahead in the instructions. So this is the engine exhaust. So it's step 29. So I decided to clean it up, glue it together, and then sit it in place. So that's that. And why won't you sit in place? There you go. It won't cooperate. So yeah, we should have to do a little bit of cleaning up on that. So, but we glued that part and let it dry. It's a wonderful thing with this plastic. It dries quite quickly. So now I'm going to get a bit of glue down the rudder. A little bit on there. Gives a little bit of angled angle on it, because I never put the flight controls on straight, as you may have noticed on most of my models, because it tends to add a bit more animation to it. So yeah, there we go. So that's it for the moment. Obviously when I come back, we'll deal with cleaning up. We'll get that chin radiator fitted, and obviously all the radiators and all the other gubbins. So I'll see you in a bit. Hi guys, we're back with part 2 of the Spitfire build, and we've done step 28, which is put the ailerons on. Obviously I've got a little bit of your pitch on them, so it gives it a bit more life. And fitted A22 and A23. Now a little bit of I think it's a tight tolerance, so you've got to clean it. If there's any flash on there whatsoever, you've got to clean it off. So obviously we've got that to fit nicely. Unfortunately, you can see 2 little gaps there. I suspect I shall fill it with black CA and let it self-level down. Be the quickest and dirtiest way of doing it, I suppose. But in the meantime, we're on to step 31, which is step 31 is assemble the radiator, which goes on the starboard side, I believe, of the wing. So yeah, obviously we've got to paint the radiator in there, get some glue on it, like so. Let gravity be our friend. And then we've got to get D48, which is one of these two sprues because they're both identical for each side. Bizarrely, they went for multiple ejector pins for this because they're obviously afraid of them being short shots. So I need to clean this up a little bit. Few swipes of a sanding stick. Job done. So there's obviously a way that this goes in there. So that side, that lip fits on that piece of the radiator. So I shall lightly tack this in here, put a little bit of glue on the sides, and hopefully pop it in there. And there we go. And belt and braces are of the getting cooling radiator fitted. Now, why I didn't paint any of the bit, you may ask. I'm going to use an airbrush. You can get in there with an airbrush. It's quite simple. Now this is, so that's step 32 done. Obviously I've left it open a bit there because obviously this spit is being prepared, I believe is being prepared for takeoff. So a bit of posability there. And this is, again, rinse and repeat. So 33. Now, ejector pins need to be sanded down on the edge, otherwise it sits up a bit high. On the other side we ain't got to worry. Make sure she sits in there. And she does. And I just knocked the flap in, never mind. There we go. So I'm going to move her off to that side so I don't keep knocking her. And then we're going to get these two parts, which are 20 and 18 on the D sprue. Lock them off. Obviously they're keyed, so you can't put them on the wrong side. Well, if you can, but it'll be embarrassing if you do. Get some glue in the edge. This is a little bit big for my fingers, so I use me tweezers. So I haven't got any feeling in my fingers, tips of my fingers. So which is quite good fun because it means I can cut myself and not realise it. So this one's B17, not the bomber, it's a part. Cut it cleanly. Rinse and repeat on this part here. Fortunately, it's quite cool. And I dropped it. One sec. Then we've got to get a little bit more of the ejector pin off for our liking there, and clean it up there as well. Flip this over, check it fits, that does. Fit the second radiator on. Again, another rinse and repeat operation, so I'll get the little bits out here. And I've dropped another piece. I'll pause it there. I'm going to swear. Right, that's the errant piece glued in. So that's we're up to step 34. Now step 35, that means we've got to get the glazing material out again because it's clear parts for the two panel, these two panels. So no, it's not. So the clear parts of the oh, it's a little one. There it is. Because that's for a different version, one suspects. There we go. Yeah, they're on this the F sprue with all the ordnance. Try saying that when you're sober. So of course I've lopped them off, and then basically they look identical. So fortunately I'll get this, this is 13. There we go. Nice little panel push fit. Get her in there. Yeah, someone's having a loft extension down the road. It's most annoying. Because it sounds like I'm clearly breaking wind, and I'm not. Another lovely fit of the panel. Get the excess panels in there. Get it shifted over a bit so it's lined up, and jobs are good. So that's them done. And then, surprise, surprise, we need the B sprue. We're gonna need a lot. We've got the D sprue up there, and we need the B sprue, which is this one here. We need these, obviously, the bump outs for the Griffin engines. That's one. Obviously, you can tell which side they're handed on purely by the slope. So I think I'll cut this sprue up and leave the prop and the slipper tank, which you can see there, and put that back in the box, so that piece can be disposed of. It's a nice big bit of sprue, that one. Right. Not talking very much here, I know, but I've got a lot on my mind. Right. I think We'll risk it for a biscuit. Sod it. The engine exhausts, if we can't get them in, we'll have to glue them in. There we go. Like so. So this one gets this distinctive bump. As all Spitfires did. There we go. There we have the lump sum bumps. So I think the video is quite long. This is going to be a fairly long part, this one. So obviously you see me glue a few bits on. So anyhow, I'll stop it there. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and bye for now.